So I guess all these joists for this building are 2x6, huh?
Right.
Except in this front end where we have 4x4s for a deck that's going to be built out here. That'll drop it down 2 inches so we won't have water problems. And then I guess we only take 2 lengths, 16-footers and then 18-footers on over, except here in this area where we've got a little bay window. The cantilever's out 2 foot right there. It'll take 20-footers here. So I guess we can get started. And right along this side over here, we'll run on a rim joist.
Right, let's use 16s over there for the rim.
16-footers here we'll use for rim joists. We'll get that nailed on, laid out, and pack joists. Let's do it. Well, moving lumber is one thing a carpenter does a lot of. Make it as easy on yourself as possible. Drop the lumber close to the building and learn to carry it on your shoulder. This is a rim joist. It nails flush with the sill. I nail it tight at one end and then toenail it every 16 inches with 16 penny nails. It's important to tie that rim joist to the sill. When you're framing up higher, you may need to work off the plate like I'm doing here. Now keep your mind on what you're doing and work carefully. The next thing is to lay out the rim every 16 inches on center to mark the joist locations. I use a crayon, we call it a keel, to make a clear mark at 16, 32, 48, and so on. The marks on the side of the line, these show where the joists will nail. Here on the garage slab, we've set up a model floor in order to illustrate a point. This rim joist is laid out just like the one we nailed on. We hooked our tape on the outside, came over 16 inches, made a mark for our first joist, then 32 inches, 48 inches, and so on down the line. Now, what this means is that when we sheet with our plywood sheeting, this first sheet is going to break half on this first joist. But that's just the way it does down there on our last joist. And it has to break like that because we're going to go on with another sheet. Now, traditionally, it's been done a little different. They'd hook their tape on the outside and they'd come over 15¼ inches, make their mark. Then they drive an 8-penny nail in at that point, hook their tape on it, and go 16 inches, 32 inches, 48 inches on down the line. What that means is that this first sheet of plywood will have full bearing on this outside joist. We don't do it that way. It means an extra step, and structurally, it just doesn't make any difference.